Divorce rate spikes across China after couples spend too much time together during coronavirus home quarantine, officials claim. Deleted. I recall somebody on /r/shower thoughts mentioning that the divorce rate will skyrocket and there will be a lot of babies born in 9 months. Now it all makes sense. Don't forget the most common given reason for divorce is financial issues, which will be skyrocketing right now thanks to less work and layoffs. Edit Actually it's only 5th most common in the source I linked, but with 36% of people reporting it. Sources vary. Isn't this just the divorce distribution getting compressed? So for example, before COVID, if there's an average of X divorces per month, you'd expect to see 2x per month immediately after things become normal. Another factor could be a result of delayed applications due to the council offices closing for nearly a month during the coronavirus epidemic. The article mentions this, but, as is typical of media, does no further due diligence. That's a Daily Mail headline, all right. My wife works with victims of domestic abuse and in the last month the number of cases have gone up by a lot. Meanwhile I'm a SAHD whose daily life has barely changed at all. Marriage is all fun and games until you have to spend time together. Honestly, for a sex ed/family life video I want to collect people talking about being in a relationship and having kids after everyone has been in quarantine together. Because honestly, I think that would hammer in the gravity and the true commitment/life change that results from entering a relationship and especially having kids, not being able to just get a break from them every day when they go to school. Far too many people underestimate how persistent having kids is in their lives. This doesn't surprise me at all. I work as a 911 operator in an area beginning to quarantine. We're gearing up for a sharp rise in domestics. Me and my wife are sitting around, smoking weed, watching Netflix and banging. College times were great times. My state had their press conference yesterday and they specifically mentioned an increase in mental health availability. A surprising, but logical outcome. Thinking face been with my wife 11 years and spent pretty much all day every day with her bar a week or two. Y'all need to find better partners, if you can't even stand being with them daily for a month or two grinning squinting face. That's perfect for us though. We are used to stay most of the time at home together with our 2 kids. I wish health and happiness to everyone and I hope we get through this scary situation together. It's also super traumatic. Maybe it's because they are also in constant fear of getting sick and tensions are high. Daily Mail, so probably lying. This comment section is clearly full of young people that have never been in a long-term relationship. Deleted. My husband and I are loving it. It also helps when you enjoy being together a lot. My wife drives me fucking crazy sometimes but I love her unconditionally. Well damn. When it's the USA's turn you will be looking at the murder rate. It's not like marriage is a good idea in the first place. I honestly wouldn't be that shocked to see some, but I also think that other marriages will be greatly strengthened. My genetic illness disabled me shortly after our youngest child turned 1. Yes, there have been struggles, but it's brought my husband and I much closer together. Because of my mobility and overall health I'm already pretty isolated and social distancing is something we're kinda used to. I think some couples will find out that they love each other much more than they ever thought possible. That they trust ever more deeply. We got married at 25, we're 40 now and celebrated our 15-year anniversary March 1st. Stay healthy everyone wherever you are. This will pass. Be well. This is catchy headlines, pretty sure will hit 10k upvotes, just highlighting the link is from Daily Mail. Daily Mail, my hubs and I are on day 11 of our quarantine in a 2-bedroom APT, 70m, in a big city. This was exactly what I was worried about at the beginning and we've been through stuff in our 10 years, unemployment, infertility, and relationship issues. I'm anxious enough anyway and this certainly didn't help. Touch wood, we've been great though, both given each other space, watched TV together, played games and laughed loads. I love spending time with him and I'll be a bit sad if we're allowed out again. This is funny but also really sad. LOL, that's literally us. We are filing for one tomorrow. Thanks, Corona. Ignore anything from Daily Mail, especially if it includes China. Apparently they're just allowed to make things up about China. COVID uncoupling. Considering Italy's reaching about 2K deaths, and China's numbers sit at well below 4K deaths, clearly some truly horrific stuff was going on behind the scenes there. In any crisis, human relationships are pushed to the breaking point. I came here to read what could have been an interesting article. Then I saw it was from the Daily Mail. You know, that big steaming pile of horseshit that somehow passes itself off as a newspaper that employs pretend journalists. A long time ago I was working with an elderly couple who were buying each other their first flip cell phones as a 50-year wedding anniversary present. I asked what the secret to such a long marriage is. Without skipping a beat, the man said, "Never get a house so small you have to see each other all the time. When you are not in love in the first place. It's been a single day and I already want to divorce my whole family, kids and pets included. And I still went into work. Wives, EY. Who'd have M/S. Most Daily Mail article ever. My husband liked a tweet about this. I definitely side-eyed eyes. I genuinely don't understand how the person you're marry isn't like your best friend in the fucking world. Like, how do you promise in sickness and health until death and all jazz and then, what, lose your mind and wanna get out after a few weeks of continuous contact? It makes no goddamn sense. Why's you get married if you can't spend a week with them without losing your mind? Daily Mail isn't news. Another factor could be a result of delayed applications due to the council offices closing for nearly a month during the coronavirus epidemic. Yeah, that's probably why, but it's not interesting for a Daily Fail headline. I highly doubt that it's because of spending too much time together. It's likely due to some other reason why divorcing now makes sense. I can see that. Apparently absence makes the heart grow fonder and presence makes your heart grow harder. It do be like that. Hell is other people, Sartre. LMAO at this story. Truth shines. I think it is just that the quarantine forced these couples to finally sit down face to face to have a long talk about their already broken relationship. Please. That's Daily Mail. Shouldn't this be in/funny? It seems like even this virus has a silver lining. Now those people know they were married to the wrong people. But it's funny since even if you get divorce papers, you're still stuck until Corona lets you leave. Ha. Maybe they should try to get to know each other first before marrying for status. Why get married if you can't stand your partner? My sister is a social worker. Domestic violence and child abuse cases will begin to go up more. They've already begun having meetings on how to deal with it. Typical Daily Mail article. Divorce takes from 1 to 3 years. Not that I'm arguing the premise. Sounds about right. My wife wants to toss me out too. Pro tip: only make lifelong commitments to people you want to spend your life with. It's good this happened to these people now instead of once they retired. I can't imagine the misery of being elderly but living with another elderly person I couldn't stand. Daily Mail. Fuck off. My wife and I are playing our marriage on hard mode. We both work from home, and now that school is closed for 3 weeks, with the kids home, the difficulty has been changed to I am death incarnate. That's what happens when you get married for many other reasons than how much you enjoy being around someone.